What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Talk Austin FC Sunday special. As we are recording this, we are playing Energy FC, OKC Energy FC. We're down 1-0. I guess we gave up a goal in the 20th minute. We haven't seen any highlights of it, though. I guess apparently they've been politely asked not to show it. But yeah, Austin FC is playing its first ever game.
Yeah, so technically, yes, first game. I think that the whole no filming thing has to do with the fact that it's just a complete scrimmage.
Right.
What I gathered from what I read was Josh Wolf is going to play two completely different 11s in the first 45 and the second 45, which is a pretty common thing. When I was playing college soccer, our coach, we would bring in JUCOs to play preseason for scrimmages and stuff like that, which essentially bringing in a USL team is like bringing in a JUCO. Um,
Right.
and we would do, first half is, 111, the second half is another 11, and he would treat it like separate games. And each one we'd basically just wipe the score and start over. So I think that the most important thing here is the fact that Josh Wolf is getting an actual look at his players playing against someone other than the people that they play against every day,
Right.
in a game-like scenario. And I think it's also good experience because this is the first time he's ever managed a game as the head coach, right? Like the main
Yeah.
gaffer, right? He's been an assistant coach for Berhalter, but this is his first time fully in charge. So I think it's
Yeah.
nice to get our first game in against a smaller opponent in a low pressure scenario, without thousands of eyes on them. So I think it's
Right.
it's it's a nice thing. I wish we could watch it. I'd definitely be
Yeah, me
live streaming it,
too.
but I think what I'm most bummed about is I don't get to see what's going on with our players and how we're developing as a team, because I think the most interesting thing is how are we going to be playing together.
Right.
Soccer is so dependent on team chemistry and how you move the ball as a group. I think it'd be super interesting to see, but unfortunately we can't see that yet. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm
No,
hoping I'm hoping that Austin FC will let us watch their game film after it comes out. What do you think?
yeah, I would assume there's gonna be some highlights. I don't know how. I mean, who knows what the video camera setup even is? It might be like a high school basketball or soccer game where there's like a guy up there with like a little camera moving back and forth.
They got one of the
So
JV kids up there.
exactly, I'm assuming that's gonna be kind of what it'll probably be like. It won't be anything special. I mean, it's got to be an awesome moment for Josh Wolf though, and for Austin FC in general, just to play
Hmm.
its first, game. I mean, against not each other. And Josh Wolf has been an assistant manager for almost 10 years now, so it'll be his first time that he's ever really standing on the side, being like, hey, like I'm the guy, I'm the one that's making these decisions rather than the one giving input. So now he has to, he's the leader. And we've been training for about 2.5 weeks now, 3 weeks of training, I believe.
Right.
So yeah, hopefully, he's starting to get a little used to it and getting used to the players. I saw he was working on his
Hmm.
Spanish, and so
Yeah, I was just
it's a project. That's the thing people need to remember. It's a project, and it's gonna take time.
it's gonna take time. It's not only a project getting the players together, but it's a brand new coach, like you said. And we read the same article here because I was gonna bring up the fact that he's been working on his Spanish. And he said
Right.
that one of the main issues he's been having, not issues, one of the main challenges he's faced, is trying to articulate his ideas and what he wants from his players in terms of style of play, trying to articulate that in a simple way. Um, and being able to put his thoughts and his strategy into words for players. A language barrier certainly doesn't help that, but that's not easy to do, as a new coach to begin
Yeah, in
with. So
general. Yeah.
if everyone spoke the same language, best case scenario, it's still tough to do, because you've got your mental image of what you're wanting your team doing, but
Right.
you don't know how to perfectly communicate that yet, and I think that's a big difference between a mediocre coach and a good coach. So hopefully he can
Right.
get that figured out. This is going to be really really valuable experience for him moving forward.
Well,
So
I have breaking news for you.
oh
Very
no,
important. Sorry to interrupt. Austin levels it in the 43rd. A
fucking
bit
get
against the run
Ed,
of
come
play,
on.
TBH. We don't know who scored. Maybe Austin FC's tweeted it. Let me take a look. Um,
This is
yeah,
big
no, but
news, boys. Big
you
news.
know, no, Austin FC isn't saying anything about the match. So it's just
Off.
Energy FC doing the same. But yeah, we've leveled it in the 43rd. But yeah, I mean, back to what you were saying. It's weird because usually when you know kind of overhaul a roster, which we've seen this happen in all sorts of sports, it's hard. But we're not just overhauling a roster; we're starting with a completely new one.
No, yeah,
So you
it's
know,
like
it's
even
tough.
worse when you see, a big team kind of going downhill, you're like, "Oh, they're going to have to rebuild." And rebuilding means like maybe bringing in like five or six new players and a new
Right,
coach and starting a new system. This is,
right,
we've got an entire new roster of guys that have never played with
yeah,
each other before, have never played under this coach before. The coach has never coached a team before by himself. Obviously he's got his assistants, but he's never been the head
yeah.
guy before. So this is a lot is a lot of firsts,
It is
So
a lot of firsts.
um
Yeah,
ideally I think that, we're gonna have a bunch of these little preseason scrimmages and like practice games and stuff like that just to get us into the motion of what a game day is like, what, communication on the field looks like, what it looks like to have to problem solve on the fly, instead of, what they've been used to, which is basically doing a scrimmage. Okay, stop. This is what's happening. Let's walk this through, and then you can actually
right,
like point out everything that needs to be changed. It's not on the fly decisions that you're making within the space of a 90 minutes while playing at the same time. So I
right.
think that just getting that mental exercise in, as well as the physical, obviously the physical training that takes place, the match fitness, if you will, you've got to have mental match fitness as well,
Yeah,
and these guys are knocking the rust off, and they're also trying to gel with new teammates at the same time. So
hundred
I think
percent.
the more of these little games that we can play against like OKC Energy is going to be way more beneficial than just trying to practice and get.
Right. And yeah, I mean, and another big first obviously is gonna be when we have our first home game,
Oh my
um,
gosh, yeah.
which is
Oh,
just it's it's June 19th, so it's exactly 3 months from today when we're recording.
exactly.
Um, Obviously very exciting. We had some news this week, just kind of discussing, when everything is going to be done. They said we'll hopefully hear about tickets, and they'll be released between May 19th and 24th. Um, we'll get some sort of notification. I'm hoping for season tickets. Same thing with single game tickets, which is going to be a big one. Um, yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot of things are going to be answered in the next couple months for us, and it sounds like with how fast we're vaccinating, the numbers are crashing. I'm thinking at very minimum, all the season ticket holders should be able to attend.
Yeah, I think the thing that I said basically, or the open letter that Loughnane put out, and Loughnane remembers the president of the club.
Right,
He put out a open letter. While he didn't add any specifics, he was saying that we still need to we can't give it a definitive answer yet, but we still need to get the licensing, for
right,
occupancy, which is basically a certification through the city of Austin saying that the structure is
right,
sound enough to host this many people.
right.
And they've got to do that for the electrics, they got to do that for the plumbing, for the structure, for the air conditioning and circulation, like all this stuff.
All these
Um,
hoops you got to jump through.
Exactly, and I mean, yeah, it keeps us safe, but I damn it, I want to watch the game.
I know.
So I think there's two things in question. There's two balls in the air here. Is where are we going to be at COVID wise, and can we get all of our ducks in a row for the stadium to even be able to host people? Um, I'm not super worried. I think, like you said, we're probably at least going to have a large amount of the capacity open, if not the full
Right.
capacity. I think we're in a good spot where, like you said, the vaccines are going out really fast. A lot of people have been inoculated via having it, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an outdoor venue.
Right. That's huge.
They'll probably have a mask rule in
Yeah, you'd
place.
assume so.
But I can't see us really losing that much capacity to this.
Yeah,
I
I
could be
agree.
completely wrong, but the way that Longhane's letter was worded is he seems really hopeful about it, and he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't just saying we're going to be able, or our hope is to be able to host a crowd, like a crowd. He was saying a large
Right.
crowd, which
Yeah.
to me means that he's either going to have, we're going to have more than 50% capacity to 100% capacity,
Right.
which
100%.
good news there. I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the Texas Rangers saying that they're going to have 100% capacity
Yeah,
in
yeah,
April is, I mean, if we can't have 100% capacity by June, then something drastic probably would have had to happen. So, I guess we'll see. It's like, like Loughnane said, he can't say anything for certain, but he said he's encouraging season ticket members to plan on having access to attend the home opener. And we're both season ticket holders, so
Mhm.
obviously I hope everyone can be there, but I mean I really want to be there and
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than anything. So, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll figure it out. I think we're headed in the right direction. I hope and I think we're kind of starting to get to the back end of this
Mhm.
and starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and which is good
Yeah.
to see.
And another thing to remember is like, look, if you're not comfortable going to the game, if you don't think it should be happening, then stay home. No
Yes.
one's forcing you
No
to
one's
go.
yeah,
Like, if you're comfortable, go. If you're not, then don't. Like,
right.
that's. I think that we're going to be at a place where it's deemed safe enough for a large group to convene and watch a soccer game outside.
Right.
But the main thing is, we don't want people there that are uncomfortable being there, right?
Of
Like,
course. Yes.
that's gonna be a bad experience for them. The first ever Austin FC match, and they're worried about, air circulation and everything. Do what you're comfortable with, and we can move forward from there. Um,
100%.
but another big piece of news that I saw, and I'm probably gonna butcher this name,
Oh, I
Zan
know. I
Kolmanic, right?
mm,
He was called up to the Slovenia U21 national team,
right.
and this is for
For the
the
Euros. For the
yeah.
Euros. Yeah.
So
So that's
that's
exciting
pretty
for
big,
him.
man. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
of course.
I think that's kind of rocketed him up in the kind of category of who I'm really watching and who I'm
Yeah.
excited to see.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking that we weren't gonna have any super exciting youth talent for a little bit until we really got our academy
Of
established and we
course.
had a couple
Right.
times going through the draft. But it's good to see. I'm always a
It
big
is,
proponent of
yeah.
youth talent coming through.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's really exciting just to see players participate in international matches, tournaments, whether it's U21, maybe the Olympics coming up, which is
Hmm.
U23 plus some senior, really anything. I mean, it's just awesome to have guys, playing for their national teams. That means you have good players usually. So, it's
Right. Yeah.
encouraging to see. I mean, um, I'm pretty sure we only technically have him on loan. I'm not really sure exactly how his contract works,
Hmm.
but yeah, I think we only have him on loan from Maribor, but I guess I'm assuming if they loan him to Austin FC, they might not see a huge future with him at their club. Usually
Hmm.
don't loan guys halfway across the world if you want to really watch their development and probably plan
Yeah.
on bringing them
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. No, it seems to me like one of those moves where they're just kind of waiting for him to go up in value, let him mature a bit,
Right,
let him, become someone that
right.
they can sell off as a starter, as opposed to, like, oh, this guy's gonna be good.
Yeah,
Because you can make more money off a guy if he can go in and help the other team right away, right?
100%.
So it seems to me like that's the kind of move it would be, but we'll
I
see.
got
But going back to the fact you mentioned that like seeing our players play in international games is super exciting. I think it's also super exciting just in the fact that we get to watch them play currently, right? Because you
yes,
can go through and watch like Rodney Reda's highlights and stuff like that,
right.
and that'll look great. But like I want to watch them in a game right now, like as close to starting for Austin FC as possible. And I think that watching this guy, I'm definitely now going to be watching the U21 Euros.
Yeah, no,
Um,
100%. 100%.
so
I
I
think too, you know, I don't know exactly. I'm trying to look this up if they found out what I think you can watch the games on UEFA. So you can watch the games on ESPN. So they might be on ESPN Plus, I'm pretty sure. That's what I thought. I was double checking all the U21 Euro games, I believe are on ESPN Plus. And they're playing Spain. I believe they play Spain, Czech Republic, and Italy. So they're gonna,
that's
he's gonna be going up against some stiff
yeah.
competition.
Oh, you heard it here first. Check out the games on ESPN Plus if you
Yeah,
have it, which if
seriously.
you don't, highly recommend.
Oh, it's a great
Um,
bargain, especially if
yeah,
you like the Bundesliga.
exactly. But moving on from that, just a couple of other small headlines that we saw. Um, what is the Captain Morgan Club? Because I saw something about that. It's going to be in the East Club, East
Yeah,
area of the stadium.
I, from what I understand, is that it's gonna be. I saw some say something about members and non-members. I think it's just going to be like a club that you can go hang out and drink some Captain Morgan. And but I don't necessarily know if you have to be like a
You have
club
to,
level East member. I'm not sure exactly how that works. I'm on the West Side, so
yeah,
yeah,
same.
and I'm not really. I haven't really followed the whole East Side stuff too much, but I mean it's cool. I guess maybe they'll have free rum, Captain Morgan's rum, isn't it?
There's a rum fountain. Yeah, yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
spiced rum,
yeah, I
but
think yeah it is. But you're right, you're right. It
uh,
does. So yeah, forget the queso fountain that everyone talked about for years. Let's get
rum
that
fountain.
the spice rum fountain. I mean, I think it'll be cool. I don't know. I mean, it's a sponsor. It is what it is. Hopefully they paid
I
a
would
lot so Austin
assume,
FC has more money.
yeah, I would assume in reality what it is Captain Morgan paid us some money to put signs up in that area of the stadium, you know,
Right,
and have us call it that on the stadium maps. Um,
right.
Unfortunately, probably no rum fountain, but you know,
Yeah, I would assume not. That's usually not how that works. Like if you go to other stadiums, they have all sorts of they're
yeah,
named
yeah,
after
yeah,
everything. It's just
yeah. So
all sponsoring. But yeah, and then
sounds more exciting than it is.
it is does sound much more exciting than it is. Just like I guess C4 is the official energy drink of Austin FC. I don't drink energy drinks, so I can't really give much in there except for my monster days back in middle school. I was pounding those and staying up all night playing video games. I
Mhm.
couldn't tell you the last time I had a monster drink. It's probably been 10 years. So I don't know if you know about C4, but they're the official energy drink.
Yeah, I mean, from what I know about C4 is it's a pre-workout powder, you know? You just mix it into your water and apparently you want to put your head through a door or something.
Oh,
I don't
interesting.
really know how it works.
Okay. I think
But
they have cans too. I think they have cans too.
I'm sure
I
they
don't know
do,
that
yeah.
for a fact, but I'm pretty
Is it
sure they
like
do.
a
But
Bang equivalent? Does that mean we're gonna have
I have no
C4
idea.
girls walking around with the signs and the like
Oh my
branded
God.
car and stuff?
C4 Energy. It's available in all 50 states. The new Mango Lime Austin FC limited edition will be exclusively available. Oh, interesting. Maybe I have to check out and get a Mango Lime Austin FC edition. I never
I'd have
drink
to
it, but
snag
it'd
it,
be
man.
cool.
It'll
Yeah, I
uh
have.
it'll increase your bench your bench press by like 50 pounds.
Yes. No, I've really been working on my bench press big time lately. That's what I spend all my free time doing. So, but I know I have the what do you call it? I have what's it? Oh, body armor. I have the Austin FC body
Oh
armor
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So yeah, and they're
Gotta add
having
it to
some
the
sort of
collection, man.
gaming. They're having some sort of gaming tournament as well. I know. I forgot about this, but I did see that the C4 Energy and Austin FC will present and host an official Austin FC gaming tournament with prizes consisting of Austin FC and C4 Energy merchandise.
You know,
All
I'm
you
not gonna
gamers
lie.
out there.
I'm not gonna lie. It seems like kind of a dangerous combination. I'm assuming everyone's gonna
Oh
be
my
playing
God.
FIFA, right? So like, you give a
Oh,
bunch of people
Brady.
playing FIFA like creatine and get them all jacked up. I'm just saying like controllers might be put through walls. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
don't even get me
don't know.
into FIFA and the anger that it's
Oh
caused me
man,
over my life,
it
man. I'm a
FIFA.
football manager guy now because it causes me anger, but it's very different. Very
it's
different
a
anger.
slow burn. You know, they always talk about
Yeah,
how Monopoly ruins friendships. Like FIFA just ruins drywall, you know?
yeah. Oh
It
my
ruins
God.
PlayStation controllers.
Oh
Um
my God.
but you
Well,
know,
yeah. Well, before we wrap up here, I can tell you that it's halftime. Um, Yeah, that's all. It's 1-1. It's
still one
halftime,
one.
and
Any
yeah,
word on
it's
who
halftime.
scored?
It's 1-1. So somebody did ask. Somebody said Trey Boucher said, "Please do us a favor and let us know who scored for Austin FC. If so, I will cheer you on. I will cheer you on against the Bold this season." And Energy FC said, "We've been sworn to secrecy." So
Oh
they said you
man.
can jump on the bandwagon anywhere though. So
Wow.
if you need a USL team, but yeah, I guess
Damn. Talk
they
about
can't
cards
say.
close to the chest, man. Holy
I would
crap.
say, yeah, I would say, what's very interesting is, this whole partnership with C4 Energy Drink was announced today, and we're playing Energy FC, so you can do the parallels on that one.
Ooh. Got a
Yeah,
little conspiracy theory
it's
going, guys.
interesting timing. It really makes you think. But yeah, it's we're excited. We're officially June's the 6th month, so yeah, we're 3 months away from the first Austin FC home game. Uh, yeah, if you're a season ticket holder and you don't plan on using your tickets, please message us. We'll buy them. I'll buy them from you. So yeah, just
Sweet,
we're
sweet.
excited for it to happen. We're excited to get this, our video and YouTube content going more. I'm on vacation. I still showed up for you guys. So
That's the
yeah,
kind of commitment we bring to the table.
100%, 100% it is. But Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
We're excited. Watch the March Madness this weekend. We're
Oh
glad it's
yeah, yeah,
back
yeah.
after
Just
missing a
real
year
quick before we wrap up, who's your pick?
to win the national championship.
Yeah.
Let's go with Arkansas.
I got Gonzaga beating Illinois, so
Okay, I
bring me
think
my
I
money.
actually in most of mine I think I have in like most of mine I have Gonzaga winning. But yeah, see, I got my Arkansas gear on.
Mm.
I think Wu Pig Sui. We're playing as we record this, so
All right.
yeah,
Well,
it's
we'll let you get back to that. Everybody else, enjoy March Madness. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Turn on that bell if you want to get notified
yeah,
whenever we put out content, which it's every Sunday. Just so you know,
yes,
it's every
and
Sunday.
hopefully more soon. But every
Yeah,
Sunday
yeah.
for sure.
And so just if you liked, leave us a like. You can also follow us on all of our socials at Talk Austin FC. You've seen that little ribbon that's been below us the whole
Yeah,
time. But yeah, man, have a good week, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Let's hope that we can bring it back against the energy.
yes, sir.